Welcome to the Telekom Austria Wholesale webinar on A-number billing. Is your carrier ready for origin-based billing? Are you aware how much mobile termination rate you will be paying in future? We will show you the differences before and after A-number billing and the consequences for your interworking and roaming business.
On top of that, we will explain how Telekom Austria can help you minimize the fraud potential of manipulated A-numbers. Let's assume Ümit from Turkey wants to call his friend Claudia from Austria, who just arrived at the airport in Turkey. Without A-number billing, the call flow and charging dependencies will look like this.
After Ümit has entered Claudia's phone number and pressed the connect button, the phone will start the call procedure with a signaling message called the initial address message. The main components of the initial address message are the calling and called party number, also named A for calling and B for called number. The routing decision is solely based on the called party, the B number. In our case, the number starts with 43, which is the country code for Austria. The signaling transfer point from the Turkish network can only route the message based on this information, even if Claudia is actually in the same network. The message will therefore be transferred via the wholesale carrier to the Austrian network. Of course, the Austrian Home Location Register is aware of Claudia's location and sends a Provide Roaming Number message requesting a Mobile Station Roaming Number, MSRN, from the Turkish Visited Location Register. The MSRN is a temporary number for Claudia's mobile phone that enables the voice carrier to route the phone call to the correct network, because, as we have already learned, the routing decision is based solely on the B number contained in the initial address message. With this in mind, the MSRN for Claudia will start with 90, the country code for Turkey. The Austrian STP will replace the called party number belonging to Claudia with the MSRN and forward the message to the voice carrier, which is now able to terminate the call in the correct network. After several additional signaling messages, which we can ignore here as they are irrelevant for billing purposes, Claudia's mobile phone will alert her to an incoming call, and as soon as she picks up the phone, the call will become active.
At present, billing is based only on the terminating side. In our case, the Turkish network pays for the call termination to Austria, and the Austrian network pays the termination fee to the Turkish network. This is called the mobile termination rate, which is approximately 1 euro cent for Austria and 8 euro cents for Turkey. If we now calculate the overall cash flow, the Austrian network operator has to pay 8 times more than the Turkish operator to set up the same voice call.
To leverage this imbalance, operators therefore agreed on a new billing method, which is not only based on the destination. In addition to the destination, the charging principle for A-number billing also takes into account the calling party number of the initial address message. To reduce complexity, the Austrian operators have defined groups for which different prices for origin-based charging can be applied.
Let's have a look at the new logic, which is explained in a simple flow diagram seen from the perspective of a wholesale carrier.
Take the incoming IAM message and check the called party number to see if the destination, based on the country code, is using A-number billing. If not, apply MTR charges as agreed in the contract. If the destination network provides A-number billing, also check the calling party number and apply the MTR based on one of the price groups. Please be aware that the calling party address will not change in case of roaming. Another important fact you should be aware of: if your voice carrier does not support A-number billing, it will always charge you the highest MTR for the country concerned. Unfortunately, there is also a technical obstacle. Unlike the called party address, the calling party address does not have to be included in the initial address message. So, Even if it is not necessary today, you should still check whether your voice gateway adds the A number to the initial address message.
With all the advantages of A-number billing for countries with low MTRs, the arbitrage business for fraudsters is becoming increasingly relevant. Nothing could be easier than replacing a calling party address within an initial address message. As one of the major players on the voice interworking market, Telekom Austria has taken already appropriate action to help you verify whether your incoming and outgoing calls are being correctly charged based on an A number.
Let's assume Umet from Turkey is on vacation in Italy and wants to call his friend Claudia in Austria. The wholesale carrier will receive the initial address message and route it based on the B number, which begins with the country code 43. Knowing that Austria supports A-number billing, he will also check the calling party number beginning with 90. Turkey is in Group C. Thus, the MTR for this call will be approximately 8 euro cents. But imagine the wholesale carrier now changes the calling party address to 39, which is the country code for Italy. The Italian network will be unaware of the manipulation and will still pay for category C. The Austrian network, based on A-number billing, will only charge the voice carrier category A, where Italy is placed in the new billing separation. Of course, this is clearly in violation of the contract, and Telekom Austria can help verify if your calls are being correctly charged in accordance with the new billing method. As your trusted wholesale carrier, we will add test calls with defined A and B numbers from and to your network. When we receive the callback in our test system, we can verify whether the call was manipulated and can help you identify the fraudulent carrier so you can protect your interworking revenues.
Of course, we are also able to go through a full set of test routines and A-number billing cases together with your team. We hope you enjoyed watching this information. If you have any further questions, please feel free to contact us. Stay tuned for the next webinar.
Thank you and goodbye.